Hello and welcome to episode 538 of the Daily Sales Message podcast, where every single day I share I talk in this weird staccato voice, but I also share a piece of simple and actionable advice. It's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. Now today, we're talking about the future. You don't have to get in your spaceship and your rocket and take your protein pills, whatever it is. Not at all. But we need to think about the future, and there's something in particular we need to do. Now, there's a common problem that when people are selling something, they only really focus on the here and now. And the here and now could be the next few days, next few weeks, maybe even a couple of months. But seldom do we look at a really long time horizon. So I want to give an example of a 3-year time horizon. Whatever your product, and obviously it's not relevant for all products and services, I get that, because in 3 years' time, I probably won't have the same can of deodorant in my bathroom. I do get that. But in 3 years' time, what's the impact on your buyer of your product or your service? Will it still be up to date? Will it need replacing, maintaining? Will it be worth more or less money, etc.? Looking at the longer term impact of what you're doing for somebody, so long as it has a positive impact. And for a lot of businesses and products and services, there's this kind of compounding effect where over time things get better and better. So as long as there's a positive impact, let's talk about the much longer term with your buyer. They're definitely not considering it, because you're not considering it either. They're very unlikely to be considering it. So if we talk about that much longer range, longer term impact, that's going to help them to see, oh my goodness, over time, how much this is worth to me. And we tend to do kind of mental arithmetic. So if I sell you something that's £100 and you think it's going to last a year, or it might need replacing or fixing in a year, whatever, you divide £100 by a year, it's about £8, £9, £10 a month kind of thing. If it's £100 but it lasts for 3 years, or doesn't need replacing or maintaining until then, or whatever, then you're going to take the £100 divided by 3 years. Oh, it's only like £30 a year, about £3 a month-ish, basic maths. The longer the time horizon, the easier it is for somebody to justify the price in their mind. So what's the long-term beneficial impact of your offering? Go long-term, because nobody else is probably thinking about that. So it's an interesting, cool thing to do. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Tomorrow, in episode 539, I'm going to isolate you, unfortunately. I'm going to isolate you from everything else, but I'll explain why I'm doing that and why it's really important and in which scenario it's important to. That's it for this one. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I do appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for an isolated edition of the Daily Sales Message.